Welcome back. Joining us in studio, Dr. Bob Richmond, coral expert and director of the UH Kewalo Marine Laboratory. Very important work you do. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks for the invitation.
Sure. We're putting a lot of focus lately on the health of our oceans and our coral reefs especially. Now, we've heard a lot in recent years about the challenges that our reefs are facing, everything from worldwide pollution, warming water, changing chemistry of the ocean. But there's a new threat you're trying to spread the word about. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so coral reefs are under a lot of human-induced stressors. About a third of the reefs of the world have been destroyed already in the last few decades. About another third are at risk of being lost within the next decade or two. And now a big concern on the horizon that we don't have yet is a major coral disease outbreak that we've identified in the Atlantic and Caribbean.
Wow. Now, how could that get here, and what is it?
So, like many diseases in the ocean, it appears to be what we call a consortium, bacteria and viruses. So nobody's been able to identify exactly what it is. What is interesting is it does respond to topical antibiotics. So when you smear it on a coral, if there's a growing edge of death from the disease, it'll stop it. The problem with that is, as you put antibiotics in the water, they kill bad bacteria as well as good bacteria. So it's a double-edged sword. The problem is it was first noticed in the Caribbean around 2014 in the port of Miami. And then after that spread very quickly throughout the entire Caribbean. So now it's found in 23 different nations, territories, and states in the Atlantic Caribbean from Florida down to Trinidad and Tobago. And we know that it can be carried by ballast water from ships moving around. It actually tracked the maritime routes from Florida to Mexico to the Virgin Islands and down to Trinidad and Tobago. And a great fear we have is that should come from there into Hawaii and the Pacific, we're going to be in very dire straits.
How can you stop that? We've got ships crisscrossing and zigzagging all over the planet.
Exactly, and so the front line of defense is ballast water protection. But about 10% of the vessels that come here are ones that provide a risk of picking up ballast water in the Atlantic Caribbean and carrying it across. And while there are means of disinfecting, one way is ultraviolet light, which can do some. It's only about 50% effective, though. Use of ozone has been shown to be a little bit more effective. But the goal is to try to get the legislature in Hawaii to support the needs of the state agencies and the federal agencies to be able to put up the protections we need with inspections. Just think of it as kind of COVID in the ocean. If you can prevent it from getting in and spreading, then you're way ahead of the game. And the ways of doing that is to do surveillance on those vessels that have highest risk, about 10% of those coming in, and to be able to establish criteria. The two ways that it come in here is in the ballast water or attached to the hulls of ship and falling organisms, algae, etc. With good due diligence, with support from the legislature to empower the state agencies to be able to do it.
And is that stop the ships at a certain distance and they need to clean the hulls and get rid of the water? Or how would they just prevent these things that cling on and want to stow away?
Yeah. So the general consensus is anything that's within the last 5 ports of entry are the ones that they would flag. So if it was in the Atlantic Caribbean within the last 5 stops, that would immediately be a signal that it needs to be looked at. It also depends where it was and for how long. But those vessels, which again is a small fraction, 10% of what's coming in, could be flagged, could be met, could be inspected. And it is possible to be able to sample the water offshore, to be able to run the genetics on it to see if these bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens or potential pathogens are there. And if so, then go on with the treatment to prevent the water, or simply say, come into port, unload your cargo, but keep your ballast water, and in some cases clean the bottom before you come in. Straightforward, and the difference would be $800 million a year to our economy versus what it would cost if we get the disease outbreak. About 30% of the corals in the Caribbean have been affected. It's a very virulent disease, so once a coral gets it, between 70 and 100% die. And so trying to treat it would be a lost cause. Trying to prevent it is definitely something we can do, and the legislature can act to support the state agencies and the federal partners. The university, faculty, and researchers are standing by to help.
Thank you so much for giving us a primer on that and for being on the front edge of keeping an eye out.
Thanks, it's our job.
All right, and we'll send it back to you.